Suddenly, from somewhere came that familiar sound. Adam's trained eye caught a glimpse of a tail.
They're moving further away.
How fast are they moving, Adam? Have you any idea?
Well, I mean, it's not that they move terribly fast, but the thing is that...
Faster than us.
Well, I mean, they can move
hinting at.
Directly through the canopy.
Oh, yes, I just saw one.
Oh, there he goes.
He jumped up.
Yeah.
Well, that was fantastic. I know some of you at home will be asking, was it worth it? Was it worth flying 11 hours to the southern tip of Africa and then another flight and then 3 or 4 hours on the worst roads I've ever seen and then 4.5 hours hike to get here, just to get a glimpse of one of the lemurs for maybe a second and a half, 150 yards away? Well, of course it wasn't worth it. I mean, are you mad? Would you do it? Whole thing is a total washout. You little bastards! The little bastards had retreated to the most impenetrable part of the forest, but Adam had another plan, unfortunately. We were now only half a mile from the usual feeding spots of the parents, Presepi and Zubanubi. It was just possible that he could find a way of getting me down to them instead. Adam's gone down while we're taking a break. He's going to see if he can see the lemurs down there. If he does, we'll give it another go. Of course, if it weren't for the camera, I'd have left hours ago. I found myself trying to remember what induced me to make this stupid program in the first place. It wasn't the money. How was it? Worth a go?
We could get a shot of you with the lemurs, I reckon.
OK, let's do it.
It's a bit steep, but I think if we go down...
How much of it is steep?
Most of it.
So, off we went again. Ah, fuck, let's find her. So they're up the top there?
Yeah. Oh, yes. If you just come down here, John. Yeah. Oh, but this palm's actually in the way. But if you look just up there...
Ah, yes. Yes,
that's
I got him.
Zubanubi and Presepi.
Oh, marvellous.
So that's 3 out of 4 you've seen. That's not bad at all.
It's Presepi with the tail hanging down.
No, that's Zubanubi.
That's Zubanubi.
We've shaved to enable us to identify.
Yes.
like a French poodle. Oh, and yeah, he's just producing a sample for me.
Oh, that's nice.
If I can...
That's your homework.
Retrieve, yes. Something to take home
with me.
Something
to take home with you. A little memento.
Okay, well...
A few seeds. His tail looks very funny, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's quite effective because, I mean...
More homework.
We did that on the 10th of November and it's still very clear.
He looks just terrific. He looks as fluffy as he could be.
Oh, they seem to have
grooming himself. Well, that's very satisfactory.
Oh, and she's producing something as well. So. I want to remember all these places and then run around with a plastic bag later.
Now she's moving away.
I think she just turned around. Oh, she's going to take a leap.
Whoa, big leap.
Oh, I think we'll lose her there in that tangle.
It was wonderful to see them at last, blissfully going about their business in the wild as if Duke Primate Centre had never existed. So, all in all, and despite Letitia's death, the experiment so far is going better than anyone could have hoped. The new diet obviously agrees with them. In the 5 months since their release, Adam has recorded over 200 different types of fruit in their droppings. In fact, the black and white ruffs are so efficient at dispersing seeds that they actually play a crucial part in keeping the forest alive. But it's vital that the Carolina Four continue their mission because their biggest test is still to come. They need to mate with the native rough lemurs in order to introduce new genes into the population. In the next few months, the breeding season begins, and lemurs only mate for a couple of days a year. So we're all hoping that their biological clocks will have adjusted to Southern Hemisphere time. Only then can the project be called a real success. Meanwhile, we must just wait. That night, I fell into a deep coma and woke next morning to find that I had come to the front of the shower roster. I don't think I ever welcomed a wash so much in my entire life. Never before has so little water been put to such good use.
Oh, so good.
In fact, for the first time in my life, I appreciated how lucky I was not to have more hair. So today I leave camp and begin the long haul back to London and a decent meal. It really has been an experience of a lifetime, and quite enough for one lifetime. I'm not really made for this sort of life. Call me old-fashioned if you will, but I prefer my clothes dry. Well, it was pretty tough yesterday, but it was good to see the lemurs, and it was great to see them looking so well. And we got off pretty lightly, really. I mean, 11 hours in the rainforest, a few leeches bite, one crew member carried down to the coast with fever, one production manager with a hand blown up to twice the normal size. But the point is, we're out of here now. And Adam isn't. You see, Adam's gone on back up to his office this morning to get a bucket full of lemur shit. He is, of course, completely mad. Fortunately. I've met a few conservation people recently, and they impress me an awful lot as people. But all the good work they're doing, breeding endangered species and trying to reintroduce them into the wild, goes for nothing without someone like Adam. I mean, he's really at the sharp end. He's in the office every day in the heat, the humidity, the biting insects. And he comes back up here in the evening. No hot and cold running water, no television. Nothing ever really gets dry, and the big treat is corned beef. So I found myself thinking, as I left camp, that maybe the great thing about evolution is not just that it throws up black and white ruffed and ring-tailed lemurs and cockroach shafakas and aye-ayes, but also people like Adam and Kerry, who've given up practically everything to help 4 lemurs, who in turn could save a population of wild lemurs, and perhaps a whole rainforest. Wish I had that dedication. Now, when I get to the restaurant, I'm going to start with foie gras, not pâté, but a foie gras entier with fruit sauce, perhaps peach, and then fish mousse, prawn mousse with sauce and down 2 glasses. Some poached brill with champagne sauce, a really nice mercer. And after that, beef wellington. Has to be beef wellington, 76.